Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I'm good.
This week, the president spent time in sunny San Francisco and subzero Chicago, spoke at 2 different summits on 2 different coasts, and named 3 new national monuments. That's February 13th to February 19th, or Hello, Chiberia. Flying over the Golden Gate Bridge on Friday, the president landed in Palo Alto, California. There, he convened the Cybersecurity and Consumer Protection Summit and discussed with business leaders and students
You're not John Walsh.
steps the federal government can take to protect the American people and their data in cyberspace.
Thesis is evaluating.
For my thesis, I'm looking at...
Am I writing here, guys? I'm a little disturbed here.
On Tuesday, back in the Oval Office, the president broke some good news with the help of HHS Secretary Sylvia
Well,
Burwell.
we just got great news today, which is that during this open enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, 11.4 million people have either re-enrolled or enrolled for the first time. It gives you some sense of how hungry people were out there for affordable, accessible health insurance.
He also made a surprise call to a navigator to ask her about how she helped people sign up for affordable health care at healthcare.gov.
On Super Bowl Sunday, we partner with pizza places in the city, and so for everyone who ordered pizza, on the pizza box they had a flyer that would tell them about getting enrolled.
Well, that's pretty. That's some creative stuff. Our ultimate goal is to make sure that there's nobody that has to go without health insurance, and you're helping to make that happen. So we're proud of you.
Later, he welcomed to the Oval Office Raj Shah and his family.
Can I shake your hand? I like your bow tie, man.
Raj is the outgoing administrator of USAID, and he played a critical role in coordinating the response to the Ebola crisis in West Africa.
What's your favorite part about being president?
My favorite part, I think, is when you get a chance to help people. That feels good. And they tell you about how it made a difference in their lives, and you feel pretty good about it. And then the airplane's cool, too.
At the end of the day, the president met with newly sworn-in Secretary of Defense Ash Carter. On Wednesday, the president convened the first-ever White House summit on countering violent
I'm
extremism.
thinking of a little girl named Sabrina, who last month sent me a Valentine's Day card. She's 11 years old. She's in the 5th grade. She's a young Muslim American. And she said in her Valentine, "I enjoy being an American." But she wrote, "I am worried about people hating Muslims. If some Muslims do bad things, that doesn't mean all of them do." And she asked, "Please tell everyone that we are good people and we're just like everyone else."
Thursday was a busy day that began at the State Department in Washington, D.C. The president spoke once more at the summit on countering violent extremism, this time to an audience of foreign leaders who are coordinating their efforts with the United States.
The world hears a lot about the terrorists who attacked Charlie Hebdo in Paris, but the world has to also remember the Paris police officer, a Muslim, who died trying to stop them. The world knows about the attack on the Jews at the kosher supermarket in Paris. We need to recall the worker at that market, a Muslim, who hid Jewish customers and saved their lives. And when he was asked why he did it, he said, "We are brothers. It's not a question of Jews or Christians or Muslims. We're all in the same boat, and we have to help each other to get out of this crisis."
Later, he designated the Browns Canyon National Monument, a beautiful treasure in Colorado. Then the president traveled to Chicago, where he designated the South Side's Pullman District a national monument, an area that was at the epicenter of the important labor rights and civil rights struggle that saw victory in 1937.
And that's why starting this fall, we're going to help a new generation of Americans experience our God-given grandeur by giving every 4th grader in America what we're calling an Every Kid in a Park Pass. A pass good for free admission to all public lands for you and your family for an entire year.
So stay engaged with us on social media, and remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. So thanks again for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
And we'll have 2 more to announce in sunny Chicago. Right here it's 6 degrees.
All right, thank you
I
guys.
strongly advise you to wear your long johns whether you were going.